It's August 16th, 2010, and it's Monday. And I leave later today to make it on time on Tuesday for my mission. And yeah, just wanted to mention the stuff that happened this week. It was really packed this week. I could barely find any time to visit anybody, so I'm really sorry to those that I wasn't able to visit, and I tried, and it was really hectic, and I apologize. But yeah, um, let's see. My farewell FHE was on Wednesday. There was also a barrio thing, a ward picnic thing that happened just before that, and we made a CD for another missionary that left from our ward, and his name was Andy. Andres Heredia, and he went to New Orleans for his mission. And yeah, so we made him a present, a CD basically with a greeting from everybody. But yeah, I thought it was a cool present. I would actually like that too once I'm on the mission. Hint, hint. But yeah, uh, let's see. At the FHE, I thought I gave the class pretty well, and hopefully everybody I was giving the class to actually remembers it. And I believe the scriptures I shared was DNC 82:10 and Nephi 3:7. It's kind of nice that I can actually remember that now, because I never thought of myself as being able to memorize any scriptures. But yeah, let's see what else. My farewell was on Friday, and that was really nice to see so many people show up. I never knew that many people actually cared, and yeah, it was really nice to see all of you people that could make it. And if you couldn't make it, I completely understand. I kind of sent out invitations at last minute, and so it's mostly my fault. But thank you for trying to make it. It means a lot to me. On Saturday, I got my endowments, and then later that night, I went to see Scott Pilgrim versus the World with everybody, and that was actually a pretty good movie in my opinion. Well, I guess it could have been better, but I really liked all the video game references. It had a ton of Zelda references and other games, along with some pop culture references and uh, comic references. I really like it when movies or shows basically reference things that I know about and actually really like. It also made me feel a little bit dorky or nerdy or geeky, whatever the actual term is, that I could actually recognize each and every reference that kept popping up. Well, not each and every one, but most of them. Yeah, and that's about it. On Sunday, I just said my goodbyes to everybody, and well, now I'm here. Alright, then how about we talk about a subject? Let's see. How about the experience I had, and I mentioned in another video. Um, well, it started off with that mini mission thing where I go with the missionaries for the entire day, and yeah, in the entire day it was hot, and we visited a lot of people that we had appointments to, but you know a lot of people don't answer their door, or they send us away, or just didn't actually want their help, even though they scheduled that they wanted to learn. But there were some people that we did visit, and there's this one girl, Chloe, and I remember she gave her testimony at church one day, and she's 10 years old, and she's just an investigator, and she's really like happy and to and wants to get baptized. And it's just so weird because at that age I was nothing like that. I didn't want anything to do with church. But yeah. And then for the rest of the day, we visited other people. Some people did let us in and teach, most didn't. And yeah, we got to the end of the day and it was around 8 p.m. I believe, a little bit later because we actually got there late. And it was supposed to be at 8, but yeah. We go in and it's this guy's house and his wife, his mom, and his son is like a newborn, some months old. And yeah, the missionaries and him talked, and there was a lot of laughing. He was a really nice guy, and you know, he's been investigating, kinda. He used to be something with state presidency in Wyoming, I believe. But he became inactive, and he says that he's only in the church for his son and his wife because he feels that it's the best for them. But yeah, and so yeah, the missionaries and him are talking a lot. They're joking a lot. It's really funny, and he's a really nice guy. And then all of a sudden, one of the missionaries asked him if they could start with the class and give him a lesson. And so he says yes, and he asks one of us to do the opening prayer, and that happens. And yeah, one of the missionaries start with their their class. Yeah, class. And all of a sudden the guy goes, hold on, wait. I have a question that's never been answered before. I've asked it before, but I never had a clear answer to it, and I was wondering if maybe you guys might know. I've had a dream in which there's a figure in front of me, and it I don't see a face. It's just all black, and you uh, this figure, it says, "Don't worry, John knows everything." And as soon as he said that, I was like, "What? Did he say John?" No, he didn't say John. And yeah, he continues to explain his dream, and he says that he was wondering that maybe if there was something in the book of John that he didn't know, or that he was missing, or maybe it's just something he doesn't get with the name John, or yeah, and he didn't know why he was asking us, but he just wanted to know if any of us knew the answer. And he repeated himself that in saying that uh, it was just a figure and it was completely black. There was no face, but it spoke to me and it said, "Don't worry, John knows everything." And then one of the missionaries laughed, and they were like, "That's pretty funny because we have John right here." That was him patting my back. And yeah, all of a sudden I started talking, and I didn't realize I was talking until a few seconds in, and the words were just flowing out of my mouth, and I can't remember word for word what I said, but what I do remember saying is, I don't know everything, but what I do know is that this church is true, that it's helped my life since I was little, and I didn't even realize it. I grew up with the church and never recognized the blessings that I had until I was much older. I got to the age of 16 and I parted myself away from the church a bit. I wouldn't assist to any of the activities. I really had no desire of actually doing anything with the church. And from that point until I was 19, I could see that that my my heart was hurting. I felt like I didn't have any friends. I felt like I was just always, I don't know, in a bad mood and just a lot of negative things. And when I hit 19, I calmed down a bit and I started paying attention in church. I went to the YSA activities and I was able to understand what I knew all along. I was able to understand what blessings I've had all along. And little by little, I surely started getting a testimony for myself. And now I'm 22 years old and I'm about to go on a mission because I want to help other families be able to feel good, be able to teach them and help them in their lives, and it's a really great feeling when you actually do help somebody else's life and you personally you gain nothing from it. You don't gain any money, you don't gain riches, you don't gain any fame, and it's just the only thing you do gain is just a good feeling. And you know, to some of you that might sound stupid, but it it's really something I I want to do. And yeah, I kind of drifted from what I was talking about, but I basically said those things and then I repeated. I don't know everything, but I do know that this is the true church, and it will help your life if you go and if you learn and everything. And yeah, then after that the missionaries were kind of quiet, and one of them ended up sharing a scripture. It was actually one of my favorite ones, and it was Nephi 3:7, and it basically states that the Lord won't give you any commandment that you cannot do. So whatever trials you're going through, He won't give you any mandamiento que no puedes hacer, commandment that you can't do. And yeah, I that that went really well. That entire experience. Afterwards, we were leaving, and I shook the guy's hand, and I was like, "Thank you." And he said, "Was no, thank you very much. You have no idea." And you know, that's that's one of the good feelings that you really get, that you actually help somebody open their eyes and want to better their lives. And yeah, that was my experience. And the missionaries later told me that they were actually scared to say something after of what I said, and that was funny to me because they were afraid that the spirit was gonna go away. But they did well, and they tell me that I did really well. So yeah, that was my experience, and some people might be able to dismiss that as just coincidence, but I can't. That, to me, there were way too many factors and variables, and I just can't dismiss it as coincidence. This video is way too long, so I'm gonna end it now. So yeah, uh, probably make my last video saying farewell, and yeah, that's about it. So one more video, and then that'll be it. Alright, well, take care. Later.